GMs are so powerful, they can screw your team for years after they get fired. Bad contracts can make it almost impossible to build a champion. On the flip side, the Warriors built a dynasty on a good one. Do you realize Steph Curry had bad ankles, so the Dubs extended him for 4 years and $44 million? Robin Lopez was making more than Steph.
I think I'm eating this too fast. Am I eating this too fast?
Golden State was able to build around Steph and have an average salary win 2 MVPs. Yeah, contracts, kind of a big deal. So who's got the best, most team-friendly contract in 2020? First, let's go over the rules here. These contracts have to have taken some thought. Like, is Giannis worth more than 26 million bucks? Yeah, but that was the max, so duh. Is Zion or Luka worth more than 8-ish million? Yeah, but they're on rookie contracts. Not really negotiable. Also, no contracts expiring next year because they're almost gone. No projecting the pandemic effect on the salary cap because no one knows. Just multiple team-friendly years to build a champion around them. Hey, it's Casey, host of the AM Hoops YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, notification bells, all that helps out the channel. But today I want to talk about color of change. They make really dynamic campaigns that work toward justice. So if you want to do something more than just like an Instagram post for what's going on right now, go check out colorofchange.org. All right, so before we start this countdown, let's look at some honorable mentions. Now, if you don't see your favorite player, it's probably health related. Justice Winslow, Malcolm Brogdon, Yusuf Nurkic, or maybe they are expiring soon, like Spencer Dinwiddie or Josh Richardson. I wanna know who I left out that is legit. Like, who did I just totally miss? Remember the rules for the list and put it down below in the comments. So let's start with number 10, Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez has 3 years left after this season at about 13 million bucks per year. That's the same as Dion Waiters or Dwayne Dedmon. The Bucks, though, get so much out of Brook Lopez. He is way better than that. Yeah, his three-point shooting has come down a bit this year, I know. But Brook and Giannis are why Milwaukee has the #1 defense in the NBA. You could take either of them out, everything changes. Everyone else is pretty replaceable on D. But Lopez is 10th on our list because he's already 32 years old. He'll be 35 by the end of this contract, but I could still see his skills aging well, so he's one of the top 10 best contracts in the NBA. Number 9, Maxi KLEBER. People outside of Dallas probably don't know the Mavs' other German, but he is a steal with 3 years left at about $8.5 million per season. That's it. He's been so clutch for the Mavericks this year. He's set career highs across the board for points, assists, rebounds, blocks, three-point percentage, and free throw percentage on just 4 more minutes per game. He's one of the most underrated defenders in the league. Plus, he's just fun to have on your team. He wants you to call him for some reason, but he doesn't want you to call him Luka. He gets mistaken for Luka Doncic so much, he has to wear this shirt around Dallas. Number 8, Dillon Brooks. He may be known for the greatest / worst flop of all time in college.
Brooks, who flops to the deck.
But as a pro, he is not embarrassing himself on the court. 3 years left after this year at about 12 million bucks per season. That's the same as like Corey Joseph, but Dillon Brooks has career highs across the board, including three-point percentage. He's the only Grizzly to start every game this season, and he led them in trash talk during the Andre Iguodala incident.
A guy that's on our team doesn't want to be on our team. You know, I can't wait till we find a way to trade him so we can play him. And I could just be to show him what really Memphis is about.
Oh, that attitude explains how he turned himself from a second-round pick into a starting 2 guard on the most exciting young team in the league. Number 7, Myles Turner. The Pacers are so well run, it is a shame they don't have a superstar to make it all work. Myles Turner is a good example of this. Yeah, he had a down year, I get it. That's why he's not higher on the list. But there's a high-end starter in there somewhere. He's got 3 years left after this season at about 18 million per year. That's the same as Julius Randle or Tim Hardaway. But Myles Turner led the league in blocks last year, was a legit defensive player of the year candidate. He's a big who can hit threes. Again, this year, he took a step back. Everything did. but it's because his role changed. He shared the court with Domantas Sabonis, who then became an all-star, and Turner didn't complain. He's just 23 years old, and if a team trades for him, like the Warriors, they're gonna get a steal. Number 6, DeJounte Murray. Yes, health is a huge part of DeJounte Murray's story and his future. It's why he agreed to a 4-year, $64 million extension. I'm not saying the Spurs are gonna get Steph Curry type production out of this deal, but I think DeJounte is good enough to be a top 6 team-friendly contract in the league. Before his ACL tear, he showed so much that Greg Popovich gave him the starting point guard job over Tony Parker. His length makes him a legit two-way player. He's improved his jump shot too, hitting 38% from downtown, even though he didn't take too many threes, but that was the Spurs this season. But like we said, he is inconsistent. But if you had super high expectations of DeJounte Murray this year, that's your problem. This kid is coming off a serious knee injury. For now, he is getting paid like Evan Fournier, but he's 23 years old with star potential, and I think he will live up to it. Number 5, Domantas Sabonis. Another Pacers player. Domantas Sabonis signed a 4-year, $77 million extension. Probably wishes he waited till he was an all-star. This is why the Bulls wanted the Pacers GM to come to Chicago. You don't get a 24-year-old all-star on a contract like this. He was voted an all-star by the people, but advanced stats love him too. Sabonis had the 2nd highest PER of anyone who signed a rookie extension this year. Just 0.1 behind Ben Simmons. You might have heard of him. He makes more than twice as much as Domantas Sabonis. Number 4, TJ Warren. Our last Pacer on the list. TJ Warren is the best player your casual NBA friend has never heard of. The Phoenix Suns basically gave him to the Pacers last offseason. He became one of their best players. This dude scores at all 3 levels, and he's versatile on defense. That kind of wing is the most valuable player type in the league. Kawhi Leonard is that, Paul George or Jason Tatum. TJ Warren isn't as good as those guys, but he makes the same as Larry Nance Jr. He makes less than Cody Zeller. TJ Warren might not be an all-star, but he is all NBA in team-friendly contracts. Now we're into the top 3, and we start with Marcus Smart. 2 more years at about $14 million per season. He's one of the Celtics' most important players. He's not a popular pick for Defensive Player of the Year, but you can make the case. He's by far the best defender on the 4th best defensive team in the NBA by defensive rating. Somehow at 6'3", he can guard 1 through 5. He's had his best year on offense too. About 14 points, 5 assists, 4 boards, 2 steals and half a block per game on 35% shooting from downtown. Those are the stats, but you can't measure what he means to the C's. His contract is so valuable, they would have to trade him to make any deals and improve their team, but Smart remains a Celtic. Number 2, Robert Covington. Why the hell would the Rockets give up Clint Capella and a 1st-round pick for Robert Covington? Because a lot of people think he is on the most team-friendly deal in the NBA. I think he's number 2. Robert Covington is a better version of TJ Warren on the defensive end and about the same offensively. The best wing defenders in the league are all max contract type guys like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Jimmy Butler. But Rocco has 2 more years at about $12 million per year because he was injury prone when he signed it on the Sixers. Lately though, he has been healthy and he is key to the Rockets' plan to win a chip. 3-and-D wings as talented as Covington are the best players in the league. The Rockets have one cheap. But the most team-friendly contract in the NBA is Jaylen Brown. On the right team, with the right role, Jaylen Brown could be a franchise player. Instead, he settled for 4 years, $115 million on an extension in Boston. That's about $26 million all the way out till 2024. That might sound like a lot, but $26 million is what Drew Holiday makes. Kemba Walker will make $38 million. Chris Middleton, Tobias Harris, Klay Thompson, $40 million. $26 million for Jaylen Brown. If he continues to develop the way he has, the Celtics will have an all-star on a high-end role player contract. Dude added moves this season, a good handle this year, that spin move, the jab step. He leads the NBA in spot-up points per game, meaning he is a great complementary player for all the talent in Boston. His athleticism and size allows him to be a versatile defender. I think he should have been an all-star this year. People just didn't want to vote 3 Celtics. Look, I know there's someone I left out. Let me know in the comments, but remember the rules. No max contracts, no rookie scales, no one expiring after next season. But to me, these are the 10 most team-friendly, and they will allow their teams to build a contender. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.